I'm Callahan from Tampa Bay's only wrestling show, The Steel Cage, on Sports Radio 1010 The Team.
I'm the Putz.
And this is the hardcore giant, Ron Nemi.
And of course, this is our producer, The Foreign Object.
Join us Saturdays at 11 on Sports Radio 1010 The Team.
We're the home of the Bucks, the Yankees, and now
IPW, Hardcore Professional Wrestling.
It's every Saturday at 11 on Sports Radio 1010 The Team.
Friends, Rod Steele here, the Miami Pound Machine. And if you're like me, when you watch UPM and watch the IPW weekly recap, you're tired of seeing the matches cut short. Well, right here in my hand, if you go to www.ipw-hardcore.com, you can get every single IPW show fully and in full effect on these tapes. As a matter of fact, that's not the only thing we have. Hold those, lackey. We also got t-shirts, and I'm talking about this t-shirt right here, the Hardcore Giant Ron Nemi t-shirts. They're able to... You know what? I don't have to work... I'm not here to work under these conditions. I've been here to do something as a favor for you people, and this is the thanks I get. Where's Mark's out? I'm sure he'd do it.
Rod Steele? They want to call it the Rod Steele Variety Hour on here if he had his own way. He was just made a fool out of once again, but I didn't have anything to do with it.
Yeah, sure you didn't, Ron Nemi. We all know you don't like Rod Steele. You probably did have something to do with that. He's got that main event coming up. But what I want to talk about is the surprise my buddy Joe Price laid on you, the Shane twins, or Magic and Artie Johnson, or whatever you want to call them, about the NWA World Tag Team titles.
You want to talk about that? You think they swerved us? You think they got a fast one over on the Hardcore Giant Ron Nemi? Who was it that took the World Tag Team titles and threw them on the ground, and after the show was over, pissed on them? Those belts aren't worth a thing. They don't want to recognize the Shane brothers as the World Heavyweight Champions.
It never happened.
Because they got them parading around in NWA TNA as the Johnsons without the Hardcore Giant Ron Nemi. We're all afraid of some angle being exposed. The Shane brothers are the best team in the business today. NWA TNA, you blew it. We don't want your titles, and now you're stuck with the Johnsons.
Here comes the guy you've been marking out for 2 weeks, Ron Nemi. Everybody knows you just want Jet Jaguar to improve his dancing just that much more from this guy coming out right here.
Who can't mark out for the guy that happens to call his old lady Jasmine St. Clair? The one and only, here comes the blue guy, the blue meanie. The former leader of the Blue World Order, the former leader of the Job Squad in WWF. Now he's in IPW Hardcore Wrestling, and what's he doing? He's refereeing the IPW television title match.
And look at Shannon Rose trying to dance with Blue Meanie. That's one of the most vile things I've seen on IPW television.
Do I have to look?
Actually, let's just turn away for just a second, because if not, we're not going to be able to call the rest of the match.
That's the truth. The truth of the matter is...
Look at that.
Wet Willie gently administered to the
ear. Willie's here?
Yeah, that was him right there in Shannon's ear.
Oh, wow. And here comes the man. He's the Miami Pound Machine, Rod Steele. You've had your troubles with this guy, Ron Nemi, which makes him quite a favorite in my book.
Rod Steele is the type of guy that doesn't just upset the Hardcore Giant Ron Nemi and 911 Incorporated. He just doesn't turn the entire crowd of the IPW Hardcore Wrestling fans right here in the WrestlePlex on him. He's got the Blue Meanie actually donning a referee shirt coming to IPW to referee his match just to make sure that everything goes right down the middle and fair and square.
I tell you what, here comes another dancing fool, quite a favorite with the fans, Dr. Heresey. Tell you what, lately this guy seems to be getting himself into trouble with all kinds of people here in IPW. His old partner Don Juan DeSanto, Devin Nash, Richie Rich, he's been into it with all of them, but right now he's got his hands full with Rod Steele.
It just shows the competitive nature of this business. The IPW television title is not a secondary title. It is the #1 title shot. If you got that belt, you are the #1 contender for the IPW.
How come Dr. Heresey never had a shot at the heavyweight title?
That's for another time and another place.
Yeah, there you go. Because Mike Sullivan held the belt for a little while, huh?
Nevertheless, back to the match.
All right, and here we go, Blue Meanie. Now tell me something, Ron. Does Blue Meanie have any experience refereeing, or does he just dislike Rod Steele about as much as you do?
As a matter of fact, he did referee one match up in Philadelphia in 1993. I believe it was the Wild Man Sal Balomo against Pat Tanaka in a first blood tack death match.
And actually, JT Smith interfering in that match. It was a wild one back in the glory days of Philly. And look, what is that? That's not fair at all.
Is this a handicap match? 2-on-1 referee referee in Dr. Heresey versus Rod Steele gimmick, and you see him. He takes him down with a nice takedown with the leg deal, but Rod Steele reverses him, throws him in for a clothesline, gets hooked. What the hell is... What is Rod Steele doing? He gets taken over in a fireman's carry. Obviously hasn't been watching his tapes, and this is good, because I personally don't like the guy.
You don't like the guy because he joined NWA Florida, now run by my good buddy Joe Price, who, as we saw, had quite a surprise and told you and the Shane brothers just how things are run these days.
Joe Price and the NWA. No friends of Ron Nemi. The truth of the matter is, we're running the NWA TNA commercials on here, and you know there's only one reason for that, Aaron.
Yes, because you'll do anything to try to get a gig.
I'll do anything to make some money. If those idiots are stupid enough to pay us to run their worthless commercials, we'll do it. For God's sake, if Joe Pepitone wants to send me one on his beauty salon and hygienic supplies, I'll run the commercials.
Hey, are you managing those Johnsons, or what's the deal there?
No, you ain't gonna see the hardcore giant Ron Nemi wasting his time with some gimmick like that. They'd rather grab some Fruit Loop from Minnesota named Mortimer Plumtree, some buddy of Jeremy Barash. It's the good old boy system, Aaron Royal. But you see Rod Steele, he's all business. He hooks agents...
It's not Agent Steele, it's Rod Steele. This is what I'm talking about. You wonder why this guy keeps turning his back on you with the professionals with NWA Florida? Maybe it's because you can't even get his name straight because you're too busy worried about your pumped-up twins.
I'm not worried about the twins. Last week I caught hell from Cannon for calling him Don Juan DeSanto.
Well, I'd give you hell for that, too.
What can I say? They are known as the Dancing DeSanto brothers.
The Dancing DeSanto brothers. All right, Ron Nemi, leave it to you to try to spin everything like you did nothing wrong. Nobody that knows Ron Nemi is surprised at all about that, just like nobody that knows Rod Steele is surprised that he's taking it to Dr. Heresey right now.
Close fists, one after the other. The Blue Meanie not watching the match, not calling it down the middle. I don't know, is he favoring Rod Steele? He's letting him get away with those close fists. Then again, this is IPW Hardcore, and there's a wicked spine buster by Rod Steele on Dr. Heresey. We're going to have a new television champion.
1, 2, almost there. I thought Rod Steele was going to take the belt right there. Rod Steele, he's held the light heavyweight title of the not the NWA, of IPW. He lost that unification match, but that made him the last IPW light heavyweight champion. He's been tag team champions with, of all people, Mark Zout. If you can carry that guy to a tag team title reign, you've got to be special, and he wants to add one more title to the list before going after the man, Agent Steele, and trying to get all the titles in his arsenal.
Now let's talk about not using your head. He's got the Blue Meanie in there as a special guest referee, and what do you think he's doing in the back the entire night leading up to this match? No, he's not lifting weights. No, he's not doing calisthenics. He's back there trying to oil up the ample chest of one Jasmine St. Clair.
Tell you what, Ecstasy, 7, Jasmine St. Clair, it doesn't matter. All the women in IPW know they want Rod Steele. They just can't admit it around their men.
And there he is shoving the Blue Meanie, and he gets shoved right back. And schoolboy for his troubles and gets it. Look at this.
What in the world? This is 2-on-1.
Come on, Meanie, count him when he's down. If you're going to go against a guy, put the screws to him, old school style. Finish him off, 1, 2, 3. Oh,
nice
huge
neck breaker.
Beautiful. You got to give Rod Steele credit. He's able to overcome adversity. Sure, he's been hitting on the Blue Meanie's hot chick all night in the back. Sure, while he's out here during this match, I'm doing that job right now in the back.
You're always doing the job one way or the other, Ron Nemi, especially when it comes to how the Shane twins lost, or maybe never even really had, those NWA World Tag Team titles.
I'm not even going to waste my time talking about that. Anybody that reads the internet knows that entire story about the Shane brothers, Ron Nemi, NWA TNA, and that ridiculous Johnson brothers gimmick. The truth is, we got an IPW television title match in the ring right now. Dr. Heresey throws in Rod Steele, who immediately puts on the brakes, and instead of using his head, stands there like a jackass until he takes a Polish hammer gimmick right into the small of his back. And that is a very small of his back.
Hey, I tell you what, I talked to Rod Steele, and it's all part of his master plan. See, he lured him in, he thought he was going to turn his back again, but no, and he just about broke his jaw right there, Ron Nemi. That's how a champion acts.
Look at the count by Meanie. I gotta love this guy. I would like to say that this is a fair and square type match. I'd like to say we have an impartial referee in there, but Rod Steele has done everything in his power to make sure that doesn't happen, and he's getting some of the slowest counts in the history of IPW Hardcore Wrestling.
Obviously, Blue Meanie favoring Dr. Heresey. Oh, missed moonsault there by Rod Steele. But as I was saying, he's obviously favoring Dr. Heresey, not because he likes Dr. Heresey, but because he doesn't like Rod Steele. I think not. He doesn't care about Rod Steele. He's just taking his payday that he got from Eddie Edwards, who, as we all know, is in the back pocket of Ron Nemi, who doesn't like Rod Steele. Coincidence? I think not.
Why is it that you've decided once and for all call a few weeks back to turn your back completely on the office and the fans of IPW. You see Blue Meanie.
I never turned on the fans. I told you that last week.
You've turned on everybody. You don't know what's right in IPW, and you're sticking up for people the likes of Rod Steele. You're sticking up for people the likes of the Heavenly Bodies. And Blue Meanie's in there. He's selling every move and every punch as much as the next guy. I got to get this point across. July 12th, Florida WrestlePlex. Once again, you will see IPW Hardcore Wrestling. You will see an IPW television title match. You will see Shark Boy against Jet Jaguar. And right now we're in negotiations to possibly bring in the king of the independents, Reckless Youth.
Reckless Youth has been here before, nearly won that light heavyweight title in IPW back when the All-American Jeff Peterson held that belt, but he came up a little bit short. Shows you just the kind of talent we have here when even a guy like Reckless Youth couldn't win one of our titles.
It's not too often you see Dr. Heresey go to the top rope. And the Blue Meanie, whether he likes Rod Steele or not, he's checking on him, making sure he's okay, and then he gets up to get himself leveled by a flying Heresey clothesline.
Yeah, that's what you get for getting too close to the action and calling it the wrong way. It always, what comes around goes around, Blue Meanie, and you just got yours right there.
Now, did Dr. Heresey try to clothesline him? Was there animosity between these two that we don't know about? You see Rod Steele takes the advantage. He immediately hooks him, and he gets leveled. Flatliner by Dr. Heresey. That's got to be it. He's going to retain his... No ref. We've never seen that before in IPW.
Or in all of wrestling. That's brand new, not cliche whatsoever.
There it is, Miami Pound Machine. He hits him with a huge sky high. 1, 2, and
yes, your new TV champion, Rod Steele.
Don't look so cool, hanging by the bleachers. Your friends all stop and stare at my spiky hair and at my punk rock t-shirt. You are the girl for me, only you can see me. Your eyes are not open, 'cause I am one of a kind, and you'll never find a guy who will love you more. I see you in the hall, I trip and then I fall, and you just stand there.
On June 19th, professional wrestling changes forever with TNA. Total non-stop action. History in the making. 52 weeks every Wednesday night, 8 to 10 Eastern. Top NWA superstars from around the world. Guest celebrities in the ring. And the luscious TNA girls. It's only $9.95. TNA. Every Wednesday starting June 19th. Wednesday nights will never be the same. Call your local cable operator or satellite provider to order.
Big congratulations going out to my buddy right here, the Miami Pound Machine, Rod Steele, adding more gold to his already impressive arsenal. He beat Dr. Heresey for that television title. Ron Neamey's so disgusted, he didn't even want to be here.
Well, you know, it's not my problem that Ron doesn't want to hang out here and hang out with a real champion. I mean, I've been every champion you could think of, except for one.
Well, almost.
Except for one, and that's Agent Steele, no relation.
Really?
None, not a lick.
Man.
The IPW heavyweight champion. And I got to be honest, this is the stepping stone to the heavyweight championship. So, Steele, I don't know if I'd be sleeping on me just yet. I mean, who have I beaten?
You've beaten about everybody. You've beaten Lex Lovett. You've beaten Jet Jaguar.
Jet Jaguar.
You've beaten Mike
times.
Sullivan.
Oh, he's easy.
I think you've beaten superstar Billy Graham.
Twice.
Sweet Brown Sugar. Anybody and every.
Me.
That wasn't you?
No, that was the other guy. Shorter, about
Anyways,
this tall.
anybody who's been anybody in this business, guys like Agent Steele have taken on, despite Ron Neamey's protest. I tell you what, Ron Neamey, you may not like it, but you're not closing out the show this week. I told you Weekly Recap was my show. No one.
Show.
What? No, you can't cut me off for a
the-
clip.
It's time that Ron and I settle these little shenanigans once and for all. No more hitting the chair, no more hitting me from behind. Next week, Friday night, here. Ron, I want your ass in the ring, mano a mano. wait. When he finally comes to, somebody relay the message to him.
Oh, what's this going on here? Rod Steele, Hawk from Tough Enough 2 is challenging you?
Who does this Yahoo think he is? He's just going to stroll on in here from, just because he had like, what, 5 or 10 minutes on MTV with the likes of, say, like who? Like Colin Quinn, maybe? Fab Five Freddy? Do we have sweat them coming in here?
Colin Quinn and Fab Five Freddy are going to challenge wrongful death next. What's going on here with guys like Ron Nemi trying to screw over guys like Rod Steele?
Hawk is going to be so foolish as to step into that ring with me after a few meager minutes. It's over.
It's over.